Below is a list of all the possible outcomes in the experiment of rolling 2 dice. Notice how we have a total of 6 times 6 or 36 possible outcomes. We're asked to use the table to determine the following probabilities. We're first asked to determine the probability the sum is odd. Remember, odd numbers are numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. In order for a sum to be odd, one number must be even and one number must be odd. So we might recognize half of the outcomes will have an odd sum, but let's go ahead and circle them. In the first row, 1 and 2, 1 and 4, and 1 and 6 have an odd sum. In the second row, 2 and 1, 2 and 3, and 2 and 5 have an odd sum. In the third row, 3 and 2, 3 and 4, and 3 and 6 have an odd sum. In the fourth row, 4 and 1, 4 and 3, and 4 and 5 have an odd sum. In the fifth row, 5 and 2, 5 and 4, and 5 and 6 have an odd sum. In the last row, 6 and 1, 6 and 3, and 6 and 5 have an odd sum. There are 18 favorable outcomes out of a total of 36 possible outcomes. The probability the sum is odd is 18/36, which simplifies to 1/2, which is a decimal, is 0.5, which is equal to 50%. Next, we're asked to find the probability the sum is 5. So going back to the table, notice how we have a sum of 5 along this diagonal here. 4 and 1 have a sum of 5, 3 and 2 have a sum of 5, 2 and 3 have a sum of 5, and so do 1 and 4. So there are 4 favorable outcomes out of a total of 36 possible outcomes. The probability the sum is 5 is 4/36, which does simplify. The greatest common factor between 4 and 36 is 4. To simplify, we divide both by 4, which is equal to 1/9. And let's find the decimal and percentage as well. 1 divided by 9 is 0.1 repeating to 4 decimal places. This would round to 0.1111, which is equal to 11.11%. Next, we're asked to find the probability the sum is 7 and at least one of the die is a 1. So both of these must be true in order to be a favorable outcome. Notice along this diagonal here, the sum is 7, but only the 6 and 1 and 1 and 6 have a sum of 7 and one of the die shows a 1. And therefore there are only 2 favorable outcomes out of a total of 36 possible outcomes. The probability the sum is 7 and at least one of the die is a 1 is 2/36. Again, we don't count 5 and 2, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, and 2 and 5 as favorable outcomes because while the sum is 7, at least one of the die is not a 1. So the probability is 2/36, which does simplify. Dividing both by 2, the simplified probability is 1/18, which is a decimal to 4 decimal places is approximately 0.0556, which is equal to 5.56%. And for the last example, we're asked to find the probability the sum is 7 or at least one of the die is 1. So because of the or, if either is true, we have a favorable outcome. Let's first circle the outcomes where the sum is 7, which would be this diagonal here, 6 and 1, 5 and 2, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 2 and 5, and 1 and 6 all have a sum of 7. And now let's circle the remaining favorable outcomes where at least one of the die is 1. And 1 and 1 does have at least one die a 1, so 1 and 1 is favorable, so is 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, and 1 and 5. And then going down this column, 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1 are also favorable outcomes. So these are all the favorable outcomes where the sum is 7 or at least one of the die is 1. Let's count these favorable outcomes. We have 6 in the first row, and then going down the first column we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 favorable outcomes out of a total of 36 possible outcomes. The probability the sum is 7 or at least one of the die is 1 is 15/36. This does simplify. 15 and 36 share a common factor of 3. Simplifying, we have 5/12, which to 4 decimal places is approximately 0.4167, which is 41.67%. I hope you found this helpful.